Hi, my name is Jenna Dix, and today I want to share a little bit with you about convention season. So, for those of you that have been involved in politics, you probably already know that conventions for our BPOUs and for our congressional districts are right around the corner. So, if you have not yet found your BPOU, make sure you check down below. I'll pop a link for my last video that I did that talked exactly about how to find your local BPOU. But for those of you that already know or that have been involved, like I was saying, you know that convention season is right around the corner. Conventions for BPOUs are going to be happening in February and March, and conventions for our congressional districts, which remember Minnesota is broken down into 8 congressional districts, but conventions for those congressional districts will be happening in April. So conventions are where we vote on our leadership for our BPOUs and our leaderships for our congressional districts. And it's also where we get our delegates selected for State Central. What is State Central, right? Crazy fact. So for those of you that have followed me, you may know that I am the Minnesota GOP secretary currently. And I've had friends even ask, Jenna, did you say you got elected in December? I did. And they get all confused because they're like, wait a minute, no, elections are in November, which yes, they are, the general election, where you vote on governors, presidents, school board, November. When we're voting on our party leadership, BPOU leadership, our CD leadership, and our state exec leadership, we don't have that with the general election because we don't want the general population voting on that, right? We don't want Democrats essentially coming in and voting on who's going to run our party. Just seems a little funky, right? So the state central delegates are who vote in our state party leadership. And that's why I was voted in December. State central delegates voted on that this last December. So a couple logistics that I wanted to break down for you so that you can ensure that your voices are being heard as a Minnesota resident who believes in the Republican Party. So like I was saying, the BPOU conventions are going to be happening in February and March. The congressional district BPOUs are going to be happening in April. The people that are invited to these events are the people that attended caucus of last year. So how it works in the state of Minnesota is it's an every other year type of cadence. On the even years, so last year, we held caucus. Think like the biggest gathering of all the Republicans in your community all go to one location and sign up. They become delegates, all these different things. For example, in my area, it was at a high school last year. It was packed. I have never seen that many people in my Woodbury community come together and say, we're all Republicans. It was packed, so full. People all saying, I believe in this platform. Cool. The people that took that step that day and said, I want to be a delegate, I want to represent my community, now have the ability to go to these conventions that are happening in the odd years. BPOU and congressional district conventions happen on the odd years, 2023. So if you attended caucus, you became a delegate, you will get a call, an email, inviting you to the convention. It is really, really, really important to attend because this is where you can place your vote to say, this is who I believe should be the chair of our BPOU. This is who I believe should be the deputy chair, and so forth, moving down the list. If you are someone that's like, well, dang it, I didn't go to caucus, I didn't live here, or I didn't even know about it, or I'm just getting involved now. A lot of the BPOUs do allow guests. You could sign up as a guest, some have a nominal fee. You can go attend, start to get involved, start to pay attention to what's happening. And the other big piece, in addition to voting on the leadership at these things, like I was saying, that's where the state central delegates are selected. I'll get more into that in another video. I don't want to make this much longer. I want to respect everyone's time and give you little nuggets of information. But if you attended caucus in the even year 2022, you should be receiving a call for the convention in this odd year 2023. If you want a hand in the mix of selecting the leadership for your BPOU and your CD, your convention, your congressional district, make sure you pay attention to those calls so that you can attend, because they are coming up right around the corner. You typically are getting that call a couple weeks in advance. I believe it's 10 to 14 days in advance. And make sure that you plug it into your calendar and you go and have your voice heard. If you have any questions, please reach out. I would love to connect and answer those for you. Other than that, have a wonderful day.